Good morning, everybody, and hello to my YouTube family. It's Doug218. How is everyone doing this fine Monday? Well, it's Monday, and we're going to talk about The Punisher Season 2, Episode 3. Wow. All I can say is wow. Now, it picks up Frank, the mystery girl he's been traveling with that he jumped into and saved, and one of the special forces type hoods have been arrested. They're in a small police station in Idaho. But as this episode opens up, you get a beautiful church service, a very devout congregation, and you see Josh Stewart's character again. Now, in this episode, you find out that Josh Stewart's character's name is John. Very devout man, wanting to do good, and his wife Rebecca, and they have 2 sons. Now, he still has a bit of a past, and you find out through the course of the opening montage that John had a white supremacist history, and by the faded tattoos on his chest, his arm, and his back. It's interesting that they would create such a conflicted character for John Bernthal's Punisher to work off against. So, as the episode opens, the family that is kind of the top parishioners in this town where John is, the Schultzes, the husband takes John aside and says, something came to my attention. I have something that I need you to do. And it's very important. But you also find out John's wife she's dying. And you're led to believe it's cancer. And that this family, the Schultz, is paying for everything. So John's kind of beholden to them. So it jumps forward back to the police station in Idaho. Frank, the young lady who's then going by Rachel, and the mysterious woman who's obviously Special Forces trained. They're all locked up. They're running the prints. They're trying to get everyone's story nailed down. Now, Rachel, as she calls herself, she's telling them, "Oh, I'm 16, you can't do this to me, blah, 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 blah." And they run her prints because sheriff, he's not really buying the story. He runs her prints, find out she's got a long rap sheet, different aliases. So now he really wants the truth. Just as he starts to get the truth, John Pilgrim shows up with the lieutenant. I believe it's lieutenant from the town or a neighboring town. And they come with to extradite the prisoners. Now, while this is going on, the female Special Forces character is kind of saying to Frank, this is going to come down. This isn't going to be quiet, blah, blah, blah. And so the sheriff, very by the book kind of guy, says, "Nope, you don't have the necessary paperwork. You're not taking him anywhere. Sorry, come back on Thursday." If he only knew, right? So they go away. Next thing you know, boom, power goes out. Radios are dead. Scene cuts down into the cells. Lady looks at Frank and goes, "Well, you know what? Here we go." Bit of a brouhaha back and forth. Frank saying, "Let me help." The guy's going, "No way." Then they open fire. Now, as this is going on, it cuts back to Billy and his psychiatrist. Now, Billy's teetering on the edge. He's not sleeping, and his psychiatrist is going, "Well, why aren't you taking the meds?" Typical TV psychiatrist rhetoric. But she's got a weird vibe to her. it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because there's something about her that's just not sitting right with me, and maybe you guys will see the same thing. And she's trying to talk to him, and he gets aggressive, and well, because he's a felon, and the guards come in. Billy reacts, takes the clubs, and it's the most well choreographed fight scene so far. Outside of the first episode with Frank and the thugs that came for Rachel. He grabs the doctor. He walks out. He's like, "Why didn't you scream?" And it almost, well, to me, it looked like she had love in her eyes for Billy. I could be wrong, but let's see how this plays out, and let's see what happens.
Excuse me,
right?
There is a message for you.
And so what happens next? He lets her go. He runs off. It cuts back to the sheriff again, and just a typical gun battle ensues. Well, it intersperses a lot. They put out on the news, Billy's on the loose. He beats up a guy on a bus because he's talking crap at him. Takes the guy's clothes. Madani shows up at the hospital, reads the psychiatrist the riot act. And you can really see her. She was ticked. So far, the episode has been pretty good. The action's been, I think, on point. But what ends up happening is Billy is in the wind now. Madani realizes, to catch this guy, I gotta go and get the one guy I didn't want to help at all. So the gun battle ensues. Guys get shot in the sheriff's office. Frank says, "Let me help." Sheriff reluctantly agrees. Frank takes off. Now, a little hokey. Frank's broke his hand. Now he's running through the bush, foggy wooded area, and he's picking off bad guys one by one. But just as Pilgrim has Frank in his sights, overhead comes Homeland Security to pick him up. Pilgrim takes off, realizes, I've got to live to fight another day. I'll get them again eventually. They land. She's like, "Billy's on the loose. I need you to come with me." He says, "If I go, she goes with me." They snatch up the girl, climb into the helicopter, and fly off to New York. Now, I'm really interested to see what the next episode will be like. How is Frank going to track down Billy? Will we see another interaction with John Pilgrim? So far, 3 episodes in, I'm really hooked. I hope you guys liked the episode. Give me a comment down below. Remember, upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hit the like button if you liked this video. If you didn't, that's fine too. Let me know what you thought. And please hit the subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that bell. So every time I upload, you'll get the ding-a-ding-ding. Again, guys, have a great day. And this is Doug218. See you in the next one.